I was just kind of reminiscing back to when I built that exhaust system for this thing, and you know, I did it all laying on the floor right there. And I was just thinking about it when it was up in the air, and I go, man, that would have been such an easy job. It would have been so easy if you had all nice new pieces of pipe and a pipe bender, and had it up in the air and all that. But I didn't. I just cut those corners and little pieces of garbage and scrap and made them work. And it was an experience, and I won't forget it. This whole truck, building this truck with my son, was an experience. And somebody asked me the other day if I consider the engine, and yes, you certainly may. There's not a whole lot to see. It's just a small block Chevy, and like I said, pretty. Never had a whole lot to do with anything when we were building this thing. We just we wanted to make it go. We wanted to make it go fast, and it does. Pardon me here for a second while I hang this light up here where maybe y'all can see a little bit of something in here. Yeah, a little 327, and it's a board, I think 40 over. A little cam in it, and it runs pretty darn good. Yeah, like I said, not a whole lot to see. Nothing real pretty. It's just stuffed in there. There's a quarter inch clearance between that steering knuckle and that exhaust manifold, but that's okay because it torques the other way. The engine torques you away from it, so it never gets any closer than that right there. I had a clutch fan on it, the clutch fan that's on it now, but I never did put a heat shroud on it, and it always would get a little warm downtown on a hot day, and I didn't like that, and I wanted to fix that. So last night I put that on there, the electric fan on there, 16-inch electric fan, and I started the thing up, and it commenced to heat up. Got up to 190, 200, 205, 210. Kept going, 212, 213. I shut it down. I didn't want it to just boil all over and make a big mess, so I could see it wasn't working. And so I took it off. And my friend Bob suggested a good tip. He said, well, if you have too much coolant, it's hard to cool one down if the coolant's too thick in it. And from what I read about the right mixture is 70% water and 30% antifreeze. But that wasn't the problem with this. That wasn't the issue. It's mixed about right, but the problem was that electric fan. So last night, I built that fan shroud and put on there. And then I started it up, and it sat there and idled for 35 minutes and got up to 190. And as soon as I revved it up 1,000 RPMs, it dropped back down to about 175 or 80. And then I took it out on the road and went up this canyon as hard as I could go. And it got back up to 190 again. That's as far as it went. So I think my little fan shroud is going to do the trick. Now you can see, like I said, you guys will point out all the flaws and everything. That's okay. But it's just Frankenstein together. All this, I just built this so I could use the little 2.8 alternator, little 2.8 V6 power steering. I just made all that bracketry and Frankenstein it on there and made it work. And I'd like to make another bracket that's a little cleaner than that, a little nicer looking. That's pretty ugly, but anyway, the thing is, it does run, and it runs like a scalded ham. Let me done told you what.